Listen up, Falcons fans, because what I'm about to drop on you is going to have your jaw on the floor. We're talking about two massive developments that are about to shake Mercedes-Benz Stadium to its foundation. And I'm not talking about small potatoes here. These are franchise-defining moments that'll have you questioning everything you thought you knew about our 2025 season. First bomb I'm dropping: our quarterback situation just took a wild turn that nobody saw coming. Yeah, you heard that right, the most important position on the field, and Coach Morris just made a decision that's got the entire fan base scratching their heads and hitting refresh on their Twitter feeds like maniacs. But hold on to your seats, because the reasoning behind this move? It's actually genius when you understand the chess game being played here. But wait! That's just the appetizer. The main course? We're talking about a potential blockbuster move that could transform our defense from good to absolutely terrifying. I'm talking about a player who's been lighting up the league, breaking records left and right, and now he wants out of his current situation. And guess who's been mentioned as a potential landing spot? That's right, your Atlanta Falcons. Now stop everything you're doing. This is your moment to join the most passionate Falcons community on YouTube. Smash that subscribe button right now and ring that notification bell like your playoff hopes depend on it, because you don't want to be the last one finding out when these bombshells drop. Every true Falcons fan who's watching needs to be part of this journey. Hit subscribe and let's rise up together. Don't just watch history unfold. Be part of it. All right, let's dive into this first piece of news that's got everyone's head spinning. Coach Raheem Morris just dropped the hammer. Neither Michael Penix Jr. nor Kirk Cousins will see the field in our first preseason showdown against the Detroit Lions this Friday at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I know what you're thinking. What? Are you kidding me right now? But stick with me here, because this is where it gets interesting. Morris came out and said this decision is probably the most definitive one they've made so far. Think about that for a second. In a world of maybes and we'll sees, our coach is standing firm on this particular call. That tells you everything about how they're viewing these two quarterbacks. Instead, we're rolling with Easton Stick and Emory Jones under center Friday night. Now, before you throw your remote at the TV, let me break down why this is actually a brilliant move. See, Morris and the coaching staff aren't just thinking about Friday, they're playing 4D chess here. They're protecting their investments while still evaluating the roster. And speaking of evaluation, Morris dropped another nugget that should have every Falcons fan pumped. This year's preseason approach is going to be completely different from last year. We have a young football team, Morris said, so there's going to be a lot more people playing than we had last year. You know what that means? We're about to see hungry young players fighting for their NFL lives out there. We're talking about position battles that'll have more drama than a season finale of your favorite TV show. The head coach specifically mentioned that Wednesday's team scrimmage is going to be crucial in determining who suits up Friday. That's when the rubber meets the road, folks. That's when these young guns show whether they've got what it takes to wear the red and black. And here's what's got me fired up. Morris mentioned those young defensive additions. We're not just talking about any rookies here. We're talking about players who could revolutionize how we play defense. Friday night isn't just a preseason game, it's an audition for the future of this franchise. But hold up, because if you thought that was big news, buckle up for what's coming next. The NFL world is buzzing, and the Atlanta Falcons are right in the middle of it all. Word on the street is that one of the league's most dominant defensive forces wants out of his current situation. We're talking about a 26-year-old monster who's already racked up 4 Pro Bowls, 2 first-team All-Pro selections, and get this, 52.5 career sacks. This dude has been putting up numbers that only legends achieve. Here's the insane part: only Reggie White has matched this player's feat of recording 12-plus sacks in each of his first 4 seasons. Reggie freaking White! We're talking about joining company with one of the greatest pass rushers in NFL history. Now, could the Falcons make a move for this defensive game changer? On paper, this would be like adding a nuclear weapon to our defense. But here's where it gets complicated. This superstar is owed $24 million this season and is heading to free agency next spring. That means any team trading for him would need to break the bank with a record-breaking contract extension. We're talking about a financial commitment that would make your head spin. And the trade compensation? Oh boy! We're looking at something similar to the 2018 Khalil Mack trade. That's 2 first-round picks and then some. Problem is, the Falcons already traded their 2026 first-rounder to move back into round 1 for James Pierce Jr. The cupboard isn't exactly full of the premium draft capital needed for this kind of blockbuster. But here's what's got me conflicted. Analyst Garrett Chapman dropped some truth bombs about this situation. He said, if this opportunity had arisen in the spring, the team would have been silly not to indulge. But now, the proverbial hay is in the barn. Think about what the Falcons have already done. They didn't sit on their hands waiting for a miracle. They went out and got after it. They signed veteran Leonard Floyd in free agency and then boom. Used 2 first-round picks on edge rushers, Jalen Walker at number 15 and James Pierce at number 26. Those rookies? They're combining to earn just $9.1 million this season. That's pennies compared to what this potential trade target would cost. And that financial flexibility? It matters when you're trying to keep young studs like Bijan Robinson, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts happy long-term. So here's where we stand. Falcons faithful, we've got decisions on the field and potential moves off it that could completely reshape what 2025 looks like. On one hand, we're protecting our quarterback investments while letting the young guns prove themselves in preseason action. That's smart football. That's building for the future while competing in the present. On the other hand, we've got this tantalizing possibility of adding a defensive superstar that would make every offensive coordinator in the league lose sleep. But at what cost? Do we blow up the plan we've already put in motion? Do we mortgage more of our future for a win-now move? Chapman summed it up perfectly. The Falcons will surely do their due diligence on the potential deal, but they likely lack the immediate first-round capital to make a move that makes sense for both sides. But here's what I love about where we're at. We're not desperate anymore. We made our moves. We've got Floyd bringing veteran leadership, and Walker and Pierce bringing that young, hungry energy. Could adding a proven superstar take us over the top? Absolutely. But we're not in a position where we need to make a panic move. Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, when we take on the Lions, we're going to see the first glimpse of this new-look defense. We're going to see which young players are ready to step up and which ones need more time. And most importantly, we're going to see if the moves we've already made are enough to transform this defense from liability to strength. The quarterback room might be taking the night off, but make no mistake, Friday night is going to tell us a lot about where this team is headed. Between the young players fighting for roster spots and the potential blockbuster move lurking in the shadows, this preseason just got a whole lot more interesting. Rise up, Falcons Nation! Whether it's protecting our franchise quarterbacks or potentially adding a defensive game changer, one thing's for sure, this front office isn't playing it safe. They're making moves, they're being strategic, and they're building something special in Atlanta. Get ready, because Friday night is just the beginning. The 2025 season is shaping up to be one wild ride, and I wouldn't want to experience it with any other fan base. Let's go Falcons!